What is going on, guys? It's Matt here. Sorry for the voice. I just woke up, but apparently it's a really good news, and I want to go over it right now, get my first reaction. Everyone's kind of like going crazy, but I guess this is the reason why the roadmap was delayed, and we got an Inkwell's note instead. Let's get into it. Hello, Maplers of Global MapleStory, or GMS for short. My name is Hanbyol O. I probably butchered that, also known as Inkwell, and I'll be spearheading the development of GMS. It's a pleasure to see the MapleStory community once again. Yeah, I believe he spoke at GDC, Game Developer Conference this year, and there was talk about just MapleStory in general. We didn't really know too much like what happened there, but I guess he's going to expand right now. I feel I owe you an apology for taking so long to share this year's GMS roadmap. The cause of this delay was an intense discussion we've had behind the scenes about the future of GMS. Today I'm finally ready to share the outcome of that discussion, as well as the future direction of Global MapleStory. That's crazy. To give you a little context on what I have to say today, let me begin by telling you about my presentation at the Game Developers Conference 2024 in San Francisco on March 21st. In my session, titled MapleStory Global Localization, A Journey Through the Past and Future, I discussed the past 20 years of MapleStory's localization and presented my vision for MapleStory's future. So we have localization 1.0, 2.0, and future direction. Historically, we followed two major strategies to entertain our players around the world, translating content and features originally created for Korean MapleStory, and creating region-specific content that reflects the real places where MapleStory is played. It's my belief that this approach is the reason that MapleStory has garnered the adoration of so many fans over the years. Yeah, that's true. You know, we want everything except the bad things. Everything but the bad things. But sometimes, it's not like that, obviously. However, over the past 20 years, we've seen great changes in the markets where MapleStory is serviced, the habits of Maplers, the kinds of servers they enjoy, that being, heroic over interactive, it being a majority in GMS compared to KMS, right? The content they prefer. These things vary widely from region to region. If we're going to create the MapleStory that our fans are dreaming of, then simply localizing content created for KMS is no longer enough. And this kind of like goes back to the day where we actually had exclusive stuff for GMS. So like, I mean, could we see a return of Crimsonwood PQ finally, like that they promised us back in like 2015 or something? Oh my god. It's kind of crazy. Maybe we can see like an update to APQ, for the first time in like 20 years. Man, that's kind of crazy. Reaching the limits of localization 1.0 and 2.0, and what should we do? Of course, 3.0. The future, baby. At the beginning of this year, we launched the MapleStory Western project, and our first order of business has been to look at the overall situation in GMS and listen carefully to the voices of the GMS community. I'm so happy to hear this. We've heard your concerns that recent updates in KMS will bring big changes to the direction of Heroic Worlds and how players earn mesos in GMS. Yes, first and foremost, I'd like to address these concerns. I want to be clear that it isn't easy to maintain different systems between Global MapleStory and Korean MapleStory. Every time we get new content from KMS, we would have to check each unique feature in GMS and make sure it still works and that the game is still balanced. Just looking at it from the perspective of development costs and our resources as a company, this isn't a decision we can make lightly. Nevertheless, in order to thank the Maplers of GMS who have shown our game so much love and support over the years, and to make Global MapleStory into a game that's worthy of all of that love you have shown us, I believe that GMS must follow its own direction separate from KMS. Ah, that is so fucking good to hear. Yes, because you do not want to kill your game, okay? Clearly, you see what's going on in KMS. You see the minus 80% population in KMS reboot, and you're like, yeah, let's just port it over here and hope that this doesn't happen to us. You know, like, not like you can't think like that. Okay. I'm glad they realized that. This is so fucking good to hear. I want to be clear that this doesn't mean that we'll stop getting KMS content in the future. Obviously, we'll still get content updates from KMS, but we'll cater our updates to reflect the feedback and voices of our players. In other words, we're working on moving towards a new, even better level of localization. This is precisely what my presentation at GDC 2024 this past March was about. Without further ado, I would like to officially address the topics that I believe are the currently greatest interest and concern to our community. There will be no adjustments to the following in GMS. The maximum amount of mesos players can earn while hunting, no meso cap. The availability of cubes and how potentials are obtained and adjusted. Meso acquisition multiplier and price of intense power crystal in heroic worlds, no reduction. And the availability of Ursus. Ursus is still fucking here. The contents above will be kept as they currently are in game. I mean, this does suck a bit for Reg Server, where Reg Server could have benefited from the magic wand system and been able to cube, you know, more freely, at least main pot. And I hope that, you know, with this and like they want to like listen to our players, I hope they're just not only listening to, you know, heroic players, right, but also to the interactive players. And finally giving us things like 100% ICOGs in the event shop. And, you know, how about just cheaper cubes? You know, like if you want people to play on Reg Server, right, and you want to localize the game and, you know, make it better for your players, bro, like, I mean, Reg Server will always be expensive, right? I'm not trying to knock that down. It will always be expensive. But giving people, you know, more bang for their buck, you know, I think it's finally time to maybe adjust the pricing of these cubes and make it more worthwhile for players to maybe like get into the cash shop and actually buy them, you know, maybe get more customers that way. I don't know. I've always thought that would be a good idea, right? But hey, you know, I'm no developer. As I mentioned earlier, it won't be easy to both keep our own balance and systems in GMS and continue to update the game, either from a development standpoint or from a service standpoint. However, to show our love for our community, to make Global MapleStory a game that players around the world can admire, to take these even greater steps into the future, we refuse to take the easy path. Oh, again, this is so good to hear. No matter how difficult it is, I believe that we should go to any lengths to pursue the path that our GMS Maplers have asked us to follow. This is great. Yeah, see, the ordinary way. I wish we could blow up these images. Ordinary way, the GMS way. With Inkwell. Oh, man. Okay. There are still many preparations we need to make, and it may be some time before GMS Maplers see any noticeable results. There may be some trial and error along the way, of course. Sometimes we may even fall short, but we won't give up and we'll keep on making improvements. If you're one of many Maplers around the globe who call Global MapleStory your home, keep your eyes open for future developments. Your enthusiasm and passion for MapleStory means the world to us. Along with this announcement, I have prepared a small gift to thank you for all of your support. Okay. I mean, can we get like Frenzy back in Marvel now? For Reg Server. You know, can we if we're gonna like stray away, you know, we're gonna like do our own thing. You know, what have we been talking about, like, you know, potable badges, you know, can we like Frenzy, you know, back into Marvel Philos, stuff like that. Damn. Thank you, gift. This is great too. 3 whole solar to 60 frags, 2 mag pots, 10 EXP nodes, symbol selector that's either 500 arcane or 100 sacred, Fairy Bros damage skin selector box, and an inkwell hat. Oh, only 90-day duration. Well, that sucks. Should have been permanent. And you guys will be able to claim this for the next week, right? Between now the 16th and the 23rd of April. You can get this gift by talking to the Maple administrator in the event hall. Okay. Thank you for reading. I look forward to opening this new chapter of global MapleStory with you all, the next generation of localization. And signing off, Inkwell. This is great. This is absolutely great. I love that, you know, they acknowledge that this is going to be difficult. It's not going to be easy. They're going to fall on their asses a couple of times, most likely. You know, trying to do things, but they're going to do their best. And this is a great, oh man, it's an image. This is a great start, right? This is something that we've been, you know, pretty much like we've been all worried about, you know, since we heard about the changes in KMS, right? With basically the destruction of Reboot and them, you know, changing the localization, you know, Reboot to heroic, Reg server to interactive. People still very skeptical, as they should be, but this is great news. The game is saved for now, but it is saved. We can still grind. We can still enjoy the game the way that we play it now for the foreseeable future. And I really look forward to seeing more positive changes, not only for heroic world but also for interactive, right? Because Reg server also needs a lot of help. It shouldn't just be like this, you know, just because it's a minority, at least in GMS, it shouldn't be forgotten about. You know, it shouldn't be ignored. And I think the concerns of people that play on Reg server that don't necessarily want to play on Reboot or heroic matter as well, right? So yeah, really good Inkwell's note. This is awesome. Thank you, GMS, you know, for this. Thank you for the news, and I really look forward to seeing what's next. All right, thank you guys for watching this and this breakdown, you know, of this post. Appreciate it, and I will see you all in the next video.